Yeah.
That's a lot of
half
name.
the fucking division. All right, so now we have to go to the NFC side.
NFC.
Yeah.
Let's power through. Let's get through this, guys.
Yeah.
We thought we were gonna handle.
We're
I've
trying
got-
our best. Sneaky, let's hit it.
I mean, it's got to be do or die for Dak, right?
I was
Like, how much longer can
Maybe.
they
I-
wait?
I don't know if he plays okay, but they still like because that's the thing. Like last year, they kind of played
the
bad.
regular season's not going to matter. They're going to fart their way to 11 wins.
My
It's what they
only
do.
disagreement there, I wanted to say Dak, but the reason I took him off my list was because Mike McCarthy still has a job, and I feel like they can use firing Mike McCarthy as an excuse to keep Dak and say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
see, I
let's
think
get
that might
new
be a full
coach."
clearing of the house after this season.
Yeah,
I think if Dak plays all right, and they do well, I think they got to keep. It's hard to find a quarterback, right?
if he
And they've
doesn't
already
clean up
paid
the
him-
turnovers, I could totally see it.
He could. That's the one thing that he did last year. Like
That was
he
uncharacteristic.
He somehow led the league in turnovers, and he missed like 5 or 6 games.
And that's very uncharacteristic from the Dak
like-
Prescott that we know.
Yeah, I think he threw like 15 interceptions in 12 games. He was like,
Yeah, it was weird.
the fuck is that about, man? But maybe he hasn't normally been that turnover prone before that.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't been too much of an issue. So if he can just get back to form from before last year, I think he'll be okay. And yeah, they can use Mike McCarthy as an excuse.
Yeah, I was writing in my notes the other day about Dak Prescott, and like the thing I kept coming back to is like the dude's only 29, but it feels like his best years are already behind him.
I agree.
That's that's wild shit. Like he plays much older than 29, and I don't mean in a good way.
He plays much.
That
Like,
ankle
he just
injury.
makes-
He hasn't been the same Dak Prescott since that ankle. He had a good year, I guess.
He was on
They-
fucking fire that year.
Yeah.
Like he was on pace to break records that year until he got hurt. Until I was like, oh, that was like week 6 or something.
Yeah, it was sad. So who would your second quarterback in the NFC be?
Like on a hot seat.
Just the most to prove.
I'll go Jordan Love because I mean he's probably only going to get this 1-year tryout. If it doesn't go well, they're going to move on.
Yeah, probably right.
And it's not that, and it's not like he doesn't have guys to throw to. They're young,
Yeah.
but he's got receivers. I still think the Packers are going to be bad, but yeah, it feels like he's got probably just this year.
No, right. I don't.
Maybe not
think
even the
that-
whole year.
Yeah, I don't. I don't even know if he makes it the whole way. If he really sucks, like easily move on.
Yeah.
Easily.
Bam. What are your NFs?
Yeah, NFC. I mean, the Jordan Love one's a good one, just because. Yeah, dude, you gotta show you can play. I know I'm gonna say there's a few. I mean, like the Commanders, whoever is there.
Sam Howell.
That's just dead man walking.
Right. I mean, same thing with like the Buccaneers.
Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And
not guys you're
none
going to
of
be
those
hearing
are-
their names in 2
none
years.
of- Yeah, none of that shit's really interesting because I don't think those guys like they're. I guess they're all on a hot seat because they got to prove that they can do something, but I don't think anybody's really expecting to.
Again, I think they're in situations where there's nothing within their capabilities that they could do to save their jobs.
To save their jobs. The same thing in Arizona with whoever the fuck the backup is for Kyle.
Colt
Murray.
McCoy.
So let's go a little more interesting. Would probably be like Matt Stafford, where if he doesn't show he's still got something, this could be the end of his career. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he could it might just be best to retire if you still don't got, like, if you can't go out there and sling it like he used to. And we don't, from the injury that he had, from how shaky he's kind of looked lately from the injury. Anyway.
Yeah.
We don't. So I'll say Matt Stafford and then.
So you said Jordan Love?
Do what?
Jordan Love and Matt Stafford?
No, I said Jordan Love.
He
Oh, I
said
thought-
Jordan
kinda
Love.
talking
I mean,
about
I
him.
did agree
Oh.
that Jordan Love was good. I might just to be interesting. I want to say Danny Dimes because he just got that contract, and they're expecting him to play like a dude who's getting paid as much as Patrick Mahomes is getting paid this year. So,
Yeah.
If he comes out and if he can at least do what he did last year, right? Like produce the same year, not maybe a little. You're expecting him to be a little better, right? Like expecting him to take another step, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't expect him to be like this to be the end
Thing.
product. No.
So, I mean, I guess although there could be plenty of there's some options in the NFC.
Yeah, because
Um,
so
I'll go
mine
there.
are
Danny Dimes,
yeah, I like
Matt
it.
Stafford.
So I have Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, same reason, or not saying not
Same reason
but,
as Ryan Tannehill to me,
it was Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, it was Ryan Tannehill.
except for they haven't drafted a guy to replace you, which
Yeah.
is surprising because they should be on the market for young quarterbacks but yeah, they probably move on for him after this year if it's first round exit of the playoffs yet again.
Last year of your contract,
Yeah.
But
he'll probably find some stupid team to give him fully guaranteed contract again. He's done it enough times.
Yeah, that dude's got plenty of money now.
Yeah, who's that man's agent?
Jesus.
Yeah.
But then my second quarterback, I'm going to stay in the NFC North because I'm not very original. Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I think he played well enough last year to fight off obviously Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. So bravo to him, but I think he's going to have to do it again. They
did get some weapons for him, right?
they built around him. They got a little better on the O-line, a little better at the running back position, a little better at the receivers. So that means a little less excuses for you, Justin Fields. Like
and he looked good last year.
He looked good.
He kept looking better and better.
You have to prove that you can take that next step. That's what I need you to do. I need you to prove you can take that next step, because if you guys are in the top 5 of the draft again next year, I don't think you're still the starter of the Chicago Bears.
What's the bare minimum he can get by on this year?
Bare minimum.
I mean, you got to get 7-8 wins.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they have to make the playoffs.
No. I just think you need to see progress from him.
Yeah,
and
maybe
they need to look competitive against
against good teams.
Yeah,
he might be able to fall back on the same excuse of Dak as the coach. They may put it on the coach if the team's too bad.
They might, but
this
would be
it all depends on like because I mean they know internally like what's after a season like what caused that to be bad
exactly.
And so I mean if it's the quarterback, it's the quarterback. If it's the play calling, coaching, it's the coaching.
Yeah. Tim, let's hear your 2 picks.
My first one was the one that P just said, Justin Fields. I feel like they went out to help that offense. If he's not any better than he was last year, I think he could be in a hot seat.
Absolutely.
Maybe not gone this year, but
yeah.
If he doesn't look good 2 years in a row, I don't think he's going to have a job.
Well, they've got to be able to protect him too. Like he was, I think he was the most pressured quarterback in football.
He was.
Yeah.
And now they went and signed how many linemen too?
I want to say. Yeah. But I think that he's got to make smart decisions in the pocket and move around in the pocket well.
Yeah.
He
hasn't played behind when he's on. So
yeah. I like Justin Fields, so I hope
when the dude takes off, he's terrifying.
Yes. All right, Tevin. Who's the other? I know it's tough.
There's one I want to say, but I don't. They know they're tanking, but I was going to say Kyler Murray, so I'm gonna just throw him out. He doesn't count.
Well,
Andy's not going to be there.
Yeah,
he won't be playing most of the season.
That's true. This one's kind of a tandem one. This will be my pick. Let's just say the 49ers QB room. If Purdy can't stay healthy and Trey Lance can't stay healthy, they're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
And
that's a tough.
They did sign Sam Darnold They brought in Sam
Okay.
Darnold as well.
I feel like with one of those guys though probably ain't going to be on the 49ers next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And which
One
one's
of
it gonna-
them's gonna have a job and one's not. Well, they'll have a job on another team probably.
Yeah.
but-
Another team. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I feel
the
like
49ers O-line is not as good as advertised anymore. Like
No,
they're still okay, but
but that team is just
all those dudes
too
are
overall good to not be making deep playoff runs every year.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean they made the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They're a great coach team.
And
Coach
Brock
Ed-
Purdy, I mean,
And yeah, if they
could have been a
had
fluke,
one healthy
but he looked
quarterback, they
good.
would have at least been competitive in that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
I mean,
It was funny like how dejected the Eagles looked because they were like, we're not even getting a game.
Yeah.
yeah, even the Eagles were kind of sad about it. But yeah, no, because everybody's just said for so long, man, could you imagine if Kyle Shanahan like found his Mahomes or like, a Burrow or Josh Allen or like finally got like a quarterback that could, they'd
Trey
be
Lance
scary,
has been
dude.
hurt.
They would, I mean,
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan and an elite quarterback would run the fucking table.